God has had such a hand in moving me to different states for different opportunities and helping me shift gears um, pretty drastically to help me to get to where I am today. And I think it's incredible that all of the skills and things that I love to do, that I'm able to do it in one place. And I don't think I would have gotten here without understanding what it meant to create like happiness for myself. If I didn't know how to feel that I was unhappy and be able to think that I could change something about it, I think that I had this innate ability to just know that I needed a change in my life. And this is the pattern that I see throughout my career from stopping track and field. And in a roundabout way, I have gotten the answers that I needed to my questions I had about what happened with my running performance. And so I think that I've gotten closure in that way of understanding, hey, yes, you didn't have the best experience, but now you have the opportunity to give back and be able to help those who are in your same shoes from going through some of the same traumas that you went through. I think it's important for people to understand that I have been through so much to get where I am today, and it's not necessarily where I see myself still and feel like I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up in a sense, but I am just taking it day by day and learning and understanding from the positions that God has put me in to figure out how to better the people and the world around me, to be able to use my past experiences to help others level up and have a better experience. I think it's so satisfying and rewarding. And I think that's why I stay in the coaching world, because you don't get that anywhere else. So when I made this decision to go to massage therapy school, there were so many unknowns and I didn't know what exactly was going to happen. I just knew in my gut that this was a good decision. And it was so cool to be able to just dive into something completely new and have a complete fresh start. And yes, I did miss being around the environment of a university and just kind of being able to let go a little bit of that identity of being an athlete. And I think even in my massage class, I kind of held on to needing this like status, if you will. And but I was humbled very quickly when I was put in a classroom full of incredible people from all walks of life, and we all learned about incredible things together. And we were in class every night from 7 to, I want to say, 10:30, and we learned together, we grew together, we shared experiences together, and we became a family. And I think that was something that I look back on and really cherish, because created so many good friends and people that I really looked up to and saw where I was in my situation. And I'm this I left a huge university to come to massage school, and others are full-time moms that are coming back to learn something so that they can have extra income, and others are not sure what they want to do with their lives, and so they jumped into massage school. And it was really cool to see everyone come together, and we were all best friends by the time we graduated. And it was such a cool experience that I will never, ever forget. When I first went to massage school, there were things that I was still a part of on campus at BYU, and still had my friends there. And it was really hard to deal with certain things like rumors that I dropped my scholarship to go to beauty school. And I still lived in the same town, but I felt very disconnected from that scene. And so part of me felt torn, but another part of me was so excited to start this new journey, and I just knew I was supposed to be there. And I had a really um, tough time with kind of letting that go, but at the same time I was so excited to be on this new journey, and I loved massage school. So even though I drew a little bit more distance from this kind of exclusive group of college athletes, that I was really riding on that excitement of massage school. And it was really amazing to have something that I could just really own and be able to kind of like move on and know that I was doing the right thing, even though it was really hard to still just have to deal with these rumors and explain to people. So a lot of people thought I was crazy for leaving, and I think so many people saw my potential as a 400-meter hurdler, and just were pretty bummed out that I left. So regardless, I did what I did, and I was just really, really excited about this new opportunity. So the structure of massage school is absolutely insane. So probably the best type of learning that I could ever ask for. So it was 3 hours. I did part-time at night. And so what would happen is the first hour would be a lecture. And then the second hour, you would take into practice what you would learn in the first hour. And either you would get worked on the first hour, or you would work on someone the first hour, and then you would switch for the third hour. So I received so much body work in massage school. And granted, we're all learning and practicing on each other, but I absolutely felt great all the time because we're consistently getting worked on and massaged, and it was fantastic. Now, so many times during classes and just different new things that we would learn, I would have this aha moment as to, oh, that's why my knee was hurting so bad, or, oh, I should have done this, and, oh, this would be helpful to do, this when I was, hurting this way. And so I really got to take my own personal experience and be able to apply what I was learning in massage school. And now I had already taken all the prerequisites for the sports medicine program. So I had taken anatomy with the cadaver lab. I had, all of these classes that were more focused on Western medicine. And now I was learning the holistic approach of Eastern medicine. And I have so enjoyed being able to combine these two philosophies, because I think there is a need for both Eastern and Western medicine, and they both have their place. But I was really able to put together what I could have done differently in my own performance to be able to improve and stay healthier and keep from getting injured. I think the biggest thing that I learned in massage school that made me so successful as a massage therapist in the kind of Western sports world was the fact that where the problem is not always where the issue is coming from. So the pain that you're having in your knee could actually be coming from your hip, and treating the body as this whole, to look at everything that you are doing that could be playing into certain pains. So that was really interesting to me, to be able to combine these two different ideas and theories and philosophies. And it's so interesting to see how much the holistic and Eastern view is dominating the industry today. And so I feel really ahead of the game. Um, you know, 12 years ago, being able to learn and practice myofascial work. I have done myofascial scraping since I was at BYU and not even licensed to do all this stuff. I would have athletes come to me and ask if I could work on them with my spoons, and instead of going to the trainers. And so I think that kind of like knowledge and satisfaction I got from helping other people feel better in that way really kind of more so fueled my desire to be a body worker. And I think that was the element of sports medicine that I really liked, was being able to hands-on work with people. And I think it was to my advantage because a lot of the times the trainers and the physical therapists do not like that hands-on work. So every physical therapy office that I worked at, they would like have me, come to do the soft tissue work and things. And so I really, really thrived in being able to just be hands on. And in massage school is such hands on learning. And I think I have dealt with ADD my whole life and not being able to focus, not thinking that I was smart enough. But this environment allowed me to thrive so much because I could see what I was doing and watch other people, and I could mimic that really, really well. And so reading stuff out of a book just wasn't my jam and still isn't. So I'm a very kinesthetic learner and visual learner. So that was really helpful to me. So I really, really enjoy that. And I really can see why God kind of moved me in that direction, because he knew where I needed to be way more than I did. And so that whole experience of massage school set me up for so much success and pretty much got me to where I am today. Massage school was also my first introduction to energy work. And this is something that is seen as kind of like woo woo or deep into the spiritual realm. But from my own personal belief and faith, I know that we have a spirit that lives inside of our body, and they have an effect on each other. And so learning about how the body and the mind and the spirit are all interconnected was so interesting, because I had never really put together that physical pain can be associated with emotional trauma. So you can have emotion trapped inside your muscles in your body and create this like stuckness inside you that can prevent you from having mobility in certain things. And so I think it's really cool to approach the body and energy work in that way, because I think that there are certain injuries and traumas that can be stored inside our muscles. And my first experience with this, we were doing deep structural work to our psoas, which is a muscle that is deep inside of your like your stomach. You have to access it from your stomach. And my classmate was working on me, and I have prided myself in being able to withstand pain, and especially when it comes to like getting body work done and getting massaged out with the chiropractor that worked on me and did myofascial work. And all of a sudden, I just started getting like really, really sad. And I started sobbing. And my teacher came over and was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yes, it doesn't hurt. This is so weird. I don't know why I'm crying." And we had learned about it in our classes. She said, "Chelsea, you're having an emotional release. And so the therapist is supposed to ask you if you want to continue to release that." And I was like, "Yes, get it out. I don't know what this is." And so I just sobbed as she continued to work through this muscle. And the psoas is deep within your core, and that is like your safe place. And so for me, whenever I have had someone that my body feels comfortable with working in that area, I will tend to cry and release these things that are stored in there in my core. And so that was something really special and unique that I learned, that even though I didn't necessarily go into energy work, I knew that that was associated with the work that I was doing with different people. And so I kind of had this intuitive sense as to what needed to be worked on, and maybe what areas are more sensitive to others based on what I learned and what I would feel while I was working on people. And so to me, massage and body work was such a spiritual experience, because your body, mind, and spirit are so interconnected. And it is really, really cool to be able to understand that. And once again, kind of combine a Western approach with an Eastern approach, and being able to put the two together really um, helped me be able to have the success and the results that I was able to get as a massage therapist.